What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of American Truck Simulator. Here we are in a Volvo. It is a... where does it say it at? Diagnostics. It's a Volvo VNL 6x4 7, or it's a Volvo VNL 730. It's got I put a 600 horsepower Cummins motor in it instead of the D16 motor that normally comes with the Volvos. I just think they're way too quiet. I mean, this one's pretty quiet, but it's got a louder Jake brake. And I decided to go with the exhaust being on the outside than being on the inside, the internal one. Because then you don't really hear the Jake brake at all. I couldn't find the regular Eaton Fuller. Just all of them said Ultra Shift. It might be one of my mods that I have in there. I'm not sure. I might have to switch it out with another mod, another Eaton Fuller mod, or use a different one. Use another one that I'm not, that I don't normally use. And then I did a Freightliner Classic. It's just a normal looking. I put the FedEx skin because every other paint color just looks so old, you know, like old paint colors, they just look dull. And then I put the those lights up there in case we haul something big. This one has a Detroit Diesel 425. I didn't change the motor on this one. It's good that I came back here. So I don't need a 720. I'll put a Detroit Diesel. And I don't think I did change that. Okay, well, at least I came back to do that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have noticed that it didn't change the motor. Although most motors, when I pick a 600 horsepower motor, that's not what usually you find in trucks. You normally find a, well, yeah, it's normally like 450 to 550 at the most, with like 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. You don't normally find 600 horsepower motors in trucks these days. So here we are with this Heartbreaker skin. It's coming up on Valentine's Day. I don't normally celebrate it. I've never really celebrated it ever since I mean, the last time I think I celebrated it was probably like when I was in high school or middle school, when we used to all pass out. Everybody was Valentine. Ever since then, it's been kind of not real to me. I don't know. Even if I had a girlfriend, it wasn't like a big day. So, anyways, enough blabbering. Let's get this thing started. It's a little bit quiet. Let's do a tug test. Put it low, low. Oh wait, got a parking brake on. Take it off. We're connected. Almost killed our truck there. Connect everything. Put the wheels up. Connections are all together. I don't think it looks that bad, except for the license plate that says ATS F the W, FTW, F the world. How many pounds is this? 34,618 pounds of used packaging going to Andrews, Texas. Unfortunately, removing mods, I came back to Las Cruces. I didn't really want to come back here, but unfortunately, that's what happens when you remove mods. So you guys all know that, should know that by now. About 2 episodes ago, I should have bought the garage when we were in Lubbock, Texas. I should have stopped there, even though it was quite off the freeway. I should have stopped there. Turn off our flashers, turn back on our lights, even though it's 9 in the morning. So yeah, I should have stopped there, but I didn't. Let me put this one up here, just keep my sanity. That one's a little bit too bright, I can't really see. That mirror's humongous. It'll hide a truck in there. And what you see on this with the steering wheel with this truck, unfortunately, with this Volvo, here we go again. Oh, I thought I killed it. Unfortunately, with these Volvos, actually with I don't know if this one is the one that came with the game, so I can't say, unfortunately, with all Volvos, but with this Volvo, the steering wheel turns a lot quicker than what I'm doing. So I'm barely turning. This thing's like turning halfway. That's the only drawback to having a modded profile or a modded truck in the game, which I believe this is a modded truck. Turn that off. Get over. Forgot how to drive. This truck will let you know when you get into too high of an RPM. It'll just stop. It's like, nope, you can't go any further. It's got a okay Jake brake. It's not loud like we like it, but that's okay. I'll keep it rolling here. And this one, like the FLD, likes to float, and you don't hear any real gear grindage. This one doesn't like to float gears. Most Volvos, of most people that have Volvos, see that noise? I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's like the air line releasing. It just sounds like somebody going, ah! Like, ah! I don't know what that is, but it's bugging me. It's happened like twice already. The first time it happened, it scared the crap out of me. But yeah. But most people that have brand new Volvos, or even the Volvos that came out when they came out with this series, the VNL and the VNR, most of them are automatics. You don't have a lot of, you don't see a lot of, I don't know if they have a VNR or VNL that has a manual transmission in it. Because if we look down, we have as we try not to crash right there, that little thing that looks like an e-brake, that is a automatic. That is a ultra shift or whatever it's called. I believe we're getting over. Not sure though. Have the hiccups. We're going to San Antonio. We're going. I believe we're going to. We're just staying on the 10. Should be headed in a southeasterly direction. So yeah, if we pass a garage, or we see a garage, I should have got over from this cop, but whatever. I'm going to actually go into the map here real quick. Hey, that didn't lag as much as it normally does. Not in El Paso, though. El Paso's like right here. There might be, oh, there's one in Midland. There's not one in Andrews. This is a rush delivery too, so I might be able to stop. Well, I'm going to stop here and do that. Even though it says to go around, I'll probably just go in and then back out and do my normal thing. Odessa, I'd love to have a garage here. That's where I go visit all the time. So yeah, I don't think they make a stick shift for these trucks unless maybe it's special order, but I doubt it. Highly doubt that they make these anymore being anything but automatic. So that's why I think they're super quiet, super eco-friendly. You can put stickers all over them that say certain clean air, whatever. I don't know why I got over. Hey, that big old mountain thing. I don't think that's there though. I think that's further east. El Paso. But most of these don't really have exhaust pipes coming out the back. They're the internal ones. They're super quiet. You can't really get into high shifting with these things. That's what I was trying to get to, is with the FLD truck you can go into high shifting, or you can go up into the higher RPMs, but with this one you can't really go into higher RPMs. It just goes dead silent. So yeah, and we got get off the phone in here. There were some models where I couldn't get her in here. The only one I could get her in here was this one. Slow up a little bit, or we could. I'm gonna get over. Shouldn't be here anyways. I feel like I'm going, what is the speed limit? Speed limit 75. Why are you guys going so slow? Walgreens is texting me. Weird. They used to call me every time I had a prescription, and since I have like 10 a month, I should slow down. Since I have like 10 a month, I told them, they go, would you see that noise again? If you go back, you hear the noise when I say, see? So I said, yeah, you guys could, if they go, can we try out this texting thing with you? I go, sure. Just stop calling me, please. You guys leave me just like so many voicemails. I think ever since ringback tones and like ringers stopped becoming like the in thing, like having your phone ring and it being a song, those back in the day things. But now everybody has the same ringtone. When you call somebody, it's just normally the normal sound. It's not like you don't listen to music unless you're on hold for something. So I've had my phone on silent ever since then. Ever since ringback tones or ringers were like music. And you'd think it'd be more popular now, but what is the in thing now is just having a normal ringtone. I still have a ringtone that has music, but like I said, you barely hear it. It's always on. My phone is always on silent. The only time my phone is not on silent is probably not when I like go out, but like if I'm at like a family get together and someone says that they'll call me when they get there or something like that, then there are still family members that don't text. They'll call me when they arrive, and I'll go out and meet them and help them bring in whatever they have. But that's been a while, because I don't normally go to that many family get-togethers anymore. I don't really get invited anymore. Which I tell everybody, which I still think is a funny thing, but I don't know where I got it. It was probably off the internet somewhere. I read it and I was like, hey, that sounds like me. So it said, I still want to be invited, but I'm not going. So I still want that invite though, even though I'm not going to show up. When I drank, I used to always be first to the party. If the party was at 3, I was there at 3. My family was always, my dad's side of the family was always known for being the people that were on time. If it was at 3 o'clock, they were there at 3 o'clock. And then the other side of the family, if it was at 3 o'clock, they'd get there like at 6 o'clock. They didn't, I don't think they even started to get ready until like 4, honestly. And it wasn't even that far away from where they lived, so I didn't really understand. I was like, party's at 3, get there at 3. Otherwise, you're not going to get no food. But yeah. So I apologize about my last video with the skunk story. I was too busy looking. I was OCD'd out. I was too busy looking at all the messed up things on the road. It's only to when I get on the freeway or on the highway is when I can talk about things. But there's nothing really going on. When I'm driving through the city, though, and I got to stop at all the stop signs, my mind goes everywhere but the story. Because if I see something in the city, or if I see like a glitch happening or an error going on, I'll point it out. I won't just continue with my story. I'll be like, hey, look at that, that looks funny. Okay, anyways, back to my story. And then, it probably took me 30 minutes to get through the skunk story, even though it was probably only a 5-minute story if I was on the highway. I know it looks like I'm all over the road with my steering wheel, but I'm not even moving this thing a half of an inch, maybe less. Maybe like a quarter of an inch. I'm barely moving it. Diet Pepsi. Yeah, I'm at 7 low. It's 75 miles an hour, and we're going 60. So yeah, the high RPMs on this thing is pretty much what it looks like on the thing. Where the red is, pretty much where the 2000 RPM is pretty much the highest this thing will go before it just says, nope. There's like a rev limiter pretty much. It just hits it and is like, nope. It won't do like, hey, that car kind of wanted to come over, and then I've never seen that before. But the FLD truck will rev out. This thing just silence. So yeah, this is what it looks like when you go from anywhere really outside of California, except it's more hilly. Arizona, especially El Paso. From El Paso to Midland, it looks just like this, except it's a little bit more mountainous. There's a lot more mountains right as you leave El Paso. There's a ton of mountains that you have to go up. And then once you get to Odessa, or Midland, there's nothing. Midland, Odessa, whatever you want to call it. The airport's called Midland International, or Midland Odessa International, something like that. Why do I have a loan installment? I'm gonna go to the inside, and hopefully nobody's on the outside. No. Don't roll over. I was like, I'm gonna go to the inside, and yeah. I don't know what that noise is. Right before we entered the bridge. Pah! It has to be like an air release of some sort. This is real though. The 10 to the 20 this is a real transition. How you go off and then you go under the bridge towards a northeasterly direction. More north than anything. I took out the Canadream to see if we see less. I took out 3 mods that had to do with, there's one, I'll just say them, it's not had to do with, GTM Vehicle Beacons, or Vehicle Beacons pack. I took that out. I took out all the GTM trucks, so it's more than 3 mods. It's like 6 mods. All the GTM trucks, like the 567, the T610, which I didn't really like because it was quiet like the Volvo. And then I took out, what else did I take out? Another Beacons pack, which has nothing to do with it, but I've never really used it. I just took out a bunch of things that I haven't used, and hopefully when we see a car pulled over on the side of the road, we won't see a jet there with it. That's what I'm getting to. I'm trying to get to that. The jets pulled over on the side of the road. I have no idea why that is. So I've just been taking out mods, and once you take out mods, and I took out the Canadream map as well, there might be an error in it, I don't know. So we have the coast-to-coast map. We don't really have to go to Canada. We can if we want to. I can put it back in. It's not that big of a deal. But I just want to see what it is. There's a single cab, a day cab Volvo. I was trying to get one of those. We can't put the girl in there, but it's not really... That's kind of like my signature. I have the girl. Get off the phone, woman! And then, yeah, I don't know. Then there's this really awesome rest stop. Well, in real life it's awesome. I don't know about it in this game, but it doesn't look like that, but It's called a tornado. It's like a tornado. It has a tornado shelter in it in case there's a tornado. You hopefully are by that rest stop and you can stop and go underground and hopefully not die. So yeah, it's a really nice one though. Well, not nice, but it's indoors. It has indoor bathrooms. It's not creepy like most rest stops that are in between huge towns that are in the middle of nowhere. As long as there's a lot of people there, you're fine. But anytime there's nobody really there, it's kind of creepy. And then you see like one guy there and there's no car and you're like, what the hell is this guy doing here? There's like nothing around. I don't typically go to rest stops unless I really need to go to the restroom. Like I really gotta pee and I've ran out of, and I don't have like a bottle in my car or something. I know that's really gross sounding, but like if I don't have, something in my car, or like normally I'm not a bottle. Normally I have a urinal in my car, but if that thing's already full, then I have to stop. And if I stop at a rest stop, then I have to stop at a rest stop. But like I said, I don't normally stop. I normally stop to pee or use the restroom, whatever, at gas stations. Midland, Odessa discovered. Let's see if it's really real. Let's put it. There's a real sign. Odessa 1 mile. Huh. Is there a loop here somewhere? This motor is super quiet. Blinker's louder than the motor is. No. I don't know. There's the classic XL, the Freightliner. I showed you guys that one in the video prior, right before we started this. Hey, we're behind my cousin. How much? Oh, we have a 300-gallon. 77,000? I doubt it. Population, or maybe it said 177,000. What is that? It's not a Chevron. It should be like a Love's. There is a big Walmart over here, though. That's realistic. Except it's facing the wrong direction. So I'm only doing this, like I said, is to, in case we take out a mod, like what happened last time. Anytime you take out a mod, like I said, we want to be able to leave from somewhere else instead of always having to leave from Las Cruces or Tucson or something like that. So. Thinking about this, but never mind. I was gonna park the trailer in the middle, but either way we're gonna have to pull in here. So 180,000. Yes. Okay, so we didn't pay back those loans. Or we did, but we had to but we took out mods, so it took us backwards. Even though we have so much money, it really doesn't matter. So where's this garage? Okay, well, I have the garage anyways. I can always upgrade it later on. I could put it in R2, actually. Am I sticking out? Nope. Hey, we look cool. Huh. There's traffic up the yin-yang. Weird. It's gonna flash right now telling us we gotta get to our delivery soon. Probably should just turn around up here. Now that I think about it. Before I jackknife this thing. Wow, I just went from 2nd to 5th. Totally not legit. Posted. Our pack isn't working. Weird. Might as well just go to the end now that I think about it. But nope. Sorry, not gonna happen. See how it's revving out? It's so weird. What am I doing here? Losing my mind. I keep going from 2nd to 5th. I keep hitting the splitter like way too early. Yeah, we have no motor in neutral. No! Perfect. Yeah, normally they go backwards after you hit them. That's why I was giving him room. But I don't know what he's doing now. Go! So there's this new game coming out. Actually, there's a game out already. It's called On the Road. It's basically what people in ETS have always wanted. I don't know about ATS, but ETS has been around for way longer. Euro Truck Simulator, or Euro Truck Simulator 2 is what people are using now. But it has to do a lot with cargo trucks. You don't really get a trailer. I don't know what that guy's doing. You don't really get a trailer, and normally when you get a trailer, it's normally not until you're higher up. Like, you really gotta play the game non-stop to get like a real trailer. Well, it's in Europe somewhere. Actually, I think it's in Russia. It's in Russia somewhere. The game is out of Russia. So you're driving around like a box truck, and then eventually you get like a small trailer. The game's called On the Road. It's on Steam. I believe it's only like $14.99. I don't know what the guy in front of me is doing. He keeps going back and forth. But you can you can get out of your truck. You can get out of your truck. You get out of your truck before you do anything. So before you start, so you arrive at where you're gonna pick up from after this car goes. Really? So you go to your pickup spot. Once you arrive there, you just park off to the side. And then you just make sure you get up to my gears. Otherwise, we won't be able to talk about nothing. Alright, so you arrive at your pickup. You park off to the side. You don't back in yet. You park off to the side. And you're like... Keep in mind, you're like in like a city center. There's not much room, really. There's a bunch of cars taking up a lot of places. You get out of your truck. You can actually get out of your truck. You can't see yourself because you're in first person. Actually, I don't think you can ever see yourself. You go up to the... There's a door. You say, yeah, I want this delivery, whatever. Yeah, you... A couple clicks, enter... click enter, or you hit enter on the keyboard, I don't know. You can use the steering wheel if you want to, and a gear shifter and all this stuff, so that's a plus, but it's in beta, it's in early access right now, not beta, early access. It's called On the Road, so we're here almost. You get out of your truck, you sign, yeah, I want this, you get back in your truck. I don't think you have to put on your seatbelt or nothing like that, but you get back in your truck, you back in to the spot, pick it up, and then you go and drop it off. When you go to drop it off, you back into the spot. After you're done backing in, you walk over and say, here you go, here's your paperwork, blah, 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 and drop it off. It's something that should be a thing with this game, but I think you're asking way too much at that point. But I don't know. If you guys want to check it out, you can either go to YouTube, type in On the Road, and look for it on there, or I don't know, I'm looking for my... Oh, it's right here. Or you can go to Steam and look for it. This guy... I don't think we're giving you enough room. So yeah, you can go to YouTube and look for it, or where's it at? Oh, it's up here. I gotta do it blind. Weird. There's probably a trailer over here. Yeah. No. Okay, cool. So yeah, go to YouTube or go to Steam. You can look at the pictures. I might purchase it just to see what it's about. I might wait for a sale though as well. Here's that stupid noise again, or whatever that noise is. Turn off our lights, flashers, and well, actually, before I do that, yeah. And then there's also another game coming out called Alaskan Truck Simulator or something along those lines. But it kind of looks kind of scary-ish, like there's bears or something that can attack you or something like that. I don't know where I'm going. No, okay. Just gotta go with it a little bit more. Break off. Go with it a little bit more. The game the Alaskan Truck one isn't out yet. Or it's not even close to... It's supposed to come out in January. Or not January. Q1 of this year. But... yeah, I mean, normally with games, they say Q1 and then they end up taking it back, and I don't know. You can look up that game as well. It's on Steam too. I have it in my wish list. You can get out of your truck as well. It might be like On the Road, but an American version in Alaska. Where kind of a little bit off, but I'm just gonna see what this looks like. Hey, that looks pretty good. Turn off our truck. And hit T. Excellent. Las Cruces to Andrews, Texas. Las Cruces, New Mexico to Andrews, Texas. 321 miles, 5 hours, 50 minutes. 53.2 gallons consumed. $16,938 with 841 XP. So there's two coming out of here. They're both going to Clovis. We're not going to New Mexico. Sorry. So we can look at, not the radio, we can look at the map. I don't even know why those radio songs are still on there. So yeah, we don't have up here, but we used to have up there. I might put it back in. We really didn't see any road event, so I can't say for sure if that was the cause of it. But so in our next episode, we're probably gonna go, I don't know, I might go all the way through Texas. Maybe we can go, Andrews is a pretty small city, but maybe we can go Midland, Odessa to Tyler or Amarillo, Oklahoma City, Dallas, Fort Worth, even Shreveport. I don't think that would be too long of an episode. Let's see out of Odessa what there is. Artesia. That's really not that far. So maybe we can do something like this. Use packaging to Fort Worth, Texas. If we can get down there in time anyway. Or Oklahoma. Or Amarillo. Not Nashville. That's way too far. I don't know what this is. I don't think I've ever driven with the mobile barrier before. But it'd probably be it's probably like a 53-footer. So yeah, if you enjoyed this episode, hit that like button. As you guys can tell with my stories, anytime I'm in a city, it's very hard to tell a story. But if I'm on the highway or freeway, whatever you want to call it, I call it a freeway. I'm from California. I can get right to the story. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next, what you want me to drive next. I can always drive different trucks as long as they work with my game. I'm cool with it. And now since we have a garage in Midland, Odessa, we can travel from there and get another garage somewhere else. But as we go on, we're going to continue to get garages because I don't want to go back to where we've been the entire time. So like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell to let you know when I have a new episode out. But anyways, take care. Have a great weekend. Peace out.